Hello，大家好，我的名字叫 Josh，我来自上海。我玩桌上足球呢，已经有2年的时间。今天非常高兴能够跟高飞老师一起进行这个教学。在这里要感谢大家对上海 football.com 的支持，谢谢。
Thanks, Josh. My name is Fred Gower. I also go by Gao Fei or Fred in Shanghai. Originally, I'm a Canadian, but I've been living here in Shanghai for several years, helping out the foosball scene. For more information on us, you can go to www.shanghaifoosball.com. Now, it's our goal in these videos to take people who are playing maybe at home or in the bar, and to help them to become a serious tournament foosball player. Things that are highly competitive usually have noticeable milestones that we can actually see in a person's development. Karate and Taekwondo have belts. School has marks and grades. Bicycle racing has stages. In tournament level foosball, I believe that we have steps. But most foosball players usually do not take the most direct route to get to each step. In our training, we will tell you what we believe are the steps that you need to achieve, and we will tell you what we believe is the best and fastest way to get there. We do this by identifying and separating out the various components necessary to get to that step or level of play, and then we break each component into smaller pieces, and then demonstrate that piece and tell you how to practice it. Enough practice and you will be able to put all the pieces together. And before you know it, you will have achieved your first step. Now, there will be a lot of hard work involved if you want to become a tournament level foosball player, but there will also be a lot of fun involved too. While lots of natural talent, speed, and coordination will let you get there faster, I believe most players already have enough of those qualities, and that the most important factor to get there is quality training, discipline, and intelligence on the player's part. Most players just play the game of foosball for fun, and if that is where you want to stay, then this video series is not for you. But for those of you ready and actually committed to become a tournament level foosball player, it is time to begin. The first step is to get you ready to learn. The second step is to become a good goaltender. The third step is to become a good forward. If you can play both positions well, you will also be good in singles. And from there, we will tell you how to go from being a decent tournament player to perhaps becoming a great one. So if the first step is to get you ready to learn, then the first part of that is to understand the language or terms that we use to learn and understand the game of foosball. Let's begin. Let's start off with some of the terms. This, of course, is the man. This is the toe, this is the heel, this is the side of the toe. Then we have the rod or bar, we have the handle. We name the rods based on the number of men. At forward we have the 3 rod. At midfield we have the 5 rod. On defense we have the 2 rod. And in goal we have the goalie rod. We have, of course, the goal. We have the serving area, which is done by always starting on the middle man. That's the rule. We no longer have serving holes in professional tables. I then ask my opponent, are you ready? They say yes. I touch 2 and wait 1 full second. The clock starts. I now have 10 seconds to shoot or pass. Now that I have the ball in position, I have a choice of shots. We will teach you how to do these shots later on in the video. For right now, just the terms. What are the shots called? Starting off with a closed hand grip. It's called closed hand because there's no light around my hand. My hand is closed. Setting up for a classic American pull shot. It's called a pull shot because I pull the bar over as I shoot it. If I go the opposite way, still using closed hand grip, if I push the bar and shoot, it's called a push shot. Pinning the ball. Pinning the ball lets me move it back and forth and shoot in either direction. If I use my next grip by moving my thumb over, that allows me to now open up my hand as I'm winding up for the shot, which is called an open hand grip. This shot sequence is called a European front toe. Move, move, move. I hinge it back no more than 180 degrees, and I shoot. The third shot is called a tic-tac. It's called a tic-tac shot because of the name the ball makes on the rod. I have a choice of shooting open hand or closed hand tic-tacs. Setting up for a pull shot, but if I set up on the winger, it's no longer called a pull shot. Because I move it from one man to the other or I pass as I'm shooting, it's a kick shot. Moving it in this direction, left to right, it's a pull kick. Moving it in the other direction, from right to left, it's called a push kick. The final shot we'll show you is called a snake shot. It's called a snake shot because you snake your hand around the handle like a snake does on a branch. It starts off in a front pin position similar to the European shot. But unlike the European grip, which starts here, the snake shot grip begins here. I then move the ball back and forth and shoot it this way. Now, yes, this is a spin, but because the ball starts on the heel and it strikes with the toe, it is just less than 360 degrees. And after I strike the ball, it is again less than 360 degrees, so it's a legal shot. So, pull shot, pull kick, push kick, tic-tac, European front toe, snake shot. There's more shots than that, but that's enough for now. Next, we'll look at passing. A lot of ball movement, and predominantly a straight pass, is called a stick pass. The next pass has the ball back and moving slowly. This is called a brush pass. The final pass is called a chip pass. We'll show you those at real speed later on in the video. For right now, let's just get the terms straight. So, stick pass, brush pass, and chip pass. That's it for the terms. Let's now look at stance and grip. Josh? Josh is already an established bar player. But let's imagine he's starting for the very first time. Move your body right and use this grip. I see this grip a lot. The problem with this grip is it really limits your rotation back and forth. So, to move from this grip to the classic closed hand grip, you want to make sure your palm is flat and your hand is turned so that now you have a nice 180 degree turn. Now you're not going to go that far back on a pull shot, you're going to make maybe to here, but you want to have a nice firm follow through when you're shooting your pull shot, so you have a grip like this. So what began as this grip now turns into this grip, palm flat, hand rotated, allowing a nice rotation of the hand and the handle. First. Next, moving your feet left. By moving your feet a little bit left, it also allows the toe to go even higher. So it began with the body being right, was about to here. As the body moves left, the toe can open up. Again, you get more velocity because you have more rotation. And finally, with the right foot coming back a little bit, the right foot coming back, as the pull shot or the push shot moves, it needs to move the bar without you hitting your hip or being constrained in any way. So by having your foot back, it opens up your stance to give you more freedom of movement in the bar. So, feet and body a little bit left, right foot a little bit back, choosing one of the nice classic 3 grips, either the closed hand grip, the European open hand grip, or the snake shot grip is some of the basics that you should learn regarding stance and grip. Let's look at this again from a different angle. Here we're talking with Josh and we're showing him that a straight wrist, lack of rotation is not the way to go. Much better use a classic grip. The palm is flattened to the floor. The wrist is rotated, much more square. That will make your body uncomfortable, but your grip strong. So best to move both feet left. Much more comfortable, much better balance. For full lateral access to the bar, right foot goes back. You can now move right across your entire body. You're not constrained. You're not going to hit your hip. and you have full rotation of the handle. Full rotation means extra power, extra speed in the shot. Best to test it out. So let's check where we are. Our first stage is to go from where we're just playing the game of foosball for fun up to the stage where we're now ready to learn the game. The first component of that, getting ready to learn the game, is learning the terms. The names of the grips, the shots, the passes, and defenses. We will teach you each one of these, but the more you hear them, the easier it is to memorize them, to understand them, what the terms are, the language of foosball. The next component is to model or literally copy each shooting series, passing series, and defensive series, to actually know the name of the masters of those various series. Then, realize that you'll need to practice. Practice both alone, just for the pure repetition of shot after shot after shot, pass after pass after pass, so that your muscles will actually remember, or your muscle memory will take over. You can also practice with a partner, both one-on-one or in specialty games that we'll tell you about later, games with names like 5-bar war and goalie war. Then the next component is certain things are required. So you'll need quality media, things like this video, things like Yoku or YouTube videos on foosball, where you actually see people playing, teaching the game, so you are able to model. You'll also need access to good competition, good players you can play against. And also you'll need to play on decent quality tables. Really bad balls on really bad tables will greatly limit your ability of getting better. You will need access to those things. Now, we mentioned it here as fifth as desire. We could have called it number one. That desire or passion that you have inside of you, natural talent is great. Money will help, but the number one thing you need is desire. Congratulations. You are now ready to learn the game of tournament level foosball.